Hey Spade family, this is Mrs. Armijo here, coming to you from her kitchen. Today we're going to be making cookies. What do cookies have to do with learning, you may ask? Well, plenty, because we're going to be following a recipe today. And we definitely have to read the recipe, we have to look at the math involved, and the science of cooking. So come on, let's make some cookies together. Okay, boys and girls, as always, before you cook, you need to wash your hands for 20 seconds to practice that good hygiene. Now, in order to do that for 20 seconds, you can either count to 20 or say your ABCs 2 times. I like to count to 20, so I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, boys and girls, these are the ingredients we need for this recipe. We will need 2 cups of sugar, half a cup of milk, 1 stick of butter, 1/4 a cup of baking cocoa, 3 cups of oats, 1 cup of peanut butter, a tablespoon of vanilla, and just a pinch of salt. You will need wax paper or parchment paper, various cups for measuring, a liquid measuring cup, a spoon and a pot, and a baking sheet.
Hey boys and girls, this is Mr. Armijo here. And so the first part we're going to have to do is we're going to need the sugar. We're going to need the cocoa powder, we're going to need the whole stick of butter, and we're going to need to be grabbing some milk. And so we're going to show you how to portion these out here so that we make sure that we get the right measurements, because if we don't get the right measurements, our cookies aren't going to come out correct.
One cup. 2 cups. These are 2 full cups of sugar. You cook your mixture, you are going to go ahead and prepare for the next step. So we will need our oats, our vanilla extract, our salt, and peanut butter.
So, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to first need to open up these oats. We just got these from Dylan's, and so let me go ahead and grab these. And so as you guys can see, these are old-fashioned oats. If Mrs. Armijo wants to look inside here, these are going to be very, very similar to a lot of the what a real oat looks like. And so really what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 3 cups here. So I'm going to get a cup here. That's 1 cup. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to try to spill these out real quick. And I'm going to have this other cup over here that I used for the sugar. And pour it in there. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab this 3rd cup that I have. And don't care if you spill some on the floor. That's or on the table. That's perfectly fine.
You can always clean it up later. And remember to have your mom or dad or brother or sister or aunt or uncle or someone older help you with all of this cooking. Also, look at our cups. Do they all look the same? No, but they are all still equal or equivalent to one whole cup. So Mr. Armijo is going to take those and put them in our bowl, ready for our mixture after it boils.
So the next thing I'm gonna have to do is I'm also gonna have to get a whole cup of this peanut butter. Now peanut butter is one of my favorite things, so I'm very excited for this. But the thing that's gonna make it difficult is I'm gonna have to use a spoon, because we all know peanut butter is very, very sticky.
Ooey gooey.
And so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use the spoon, and I'm gonna have to try to get it down in there. And again, I'm not using a liquid measuring cup. The reason is because this is more of a physical substance. So I'm going to be using the physical measurement here. For all liquids, you want to be using the one I used for the milk.
Okay, boys and girls, for this next step, you are going to need some adult supervision. Make sure that actually, as you are cooking, you are getting adult supervision this whole time. So here, Mr. Armijo and I are going to put this at medium-high heat. And we're going to mix all our ingredients together.
It's going to be a little hard, as you see. I might have to wait for some of it to heat up with the butter.
So this butter is going to make a transformation from a solid to a liquid as we heat it up. So this is the chemical change that's going to be happening and part of the science of cooking. So you can see the chemical change happening. The butter is turning into a liquid. Okay, Spate family, as you can see, this is starting to boil. This has all been transformed from a solid to a liquid, and the bubbles are starting to form, and you can see that this is ready to be taken off the heat. So we're going to go ahead and turn this off and take this to my table.
Make sure you put down some pot holders, because this pot is very hot and it's going to burn something if you don't. Make sure that you don't have any of your ingredients touching the pot, because it is very hot. And so what you're going to be doing here is we're going to need to be adding all these ingredients. And so I have the 1 cup of peanut butter, I have the 3 cups of oats. The other thing I'm going to need is this pinch of salt and a whole tablespoon of this pure vanilla extract. So I'm going to go ahead and do the vanilla extract first. me, I'm just going to get a whole tablespoon there. And vanilla extract is one of the only liquids that you'll use with a tablespoon measuring cup like this, and that's because it's so concentrated that if you put any more vanilla, it would taste too vanilla-y. So now Mr. Armijo is going to go ahead and start adding our delicious peanut butter, and Mrs. Armijo can grab the oats and throw them in.
So look at that peanut butter in there. What do you think is going to happen to that solid peanut butter as it hits the warm chocolate mess? You're right, it's going to melt into that and become a liquid as well. Peanut butter is kind of creamy and thick, but you can see it's starting to melt into the liquid and become a liquid as well. So we're going to take these oats, and we're also going to just put them into our pot. Oops, you dropped some peanut butter.
Oh no!
And we'll take our spoon and begin to mix.
One last thing I'm going to have to do here. Now this isn't an actual measurement, but this recipe just calls for a pinch of salt. So it's going to be a little hard for me to grab just a pinch. So I'm just going to, that's probably a good little pinch right there. And then I'm just going to grab a pinch and pour it in. And so that's what we'll be doing there. And then now it's up to me to mix this all up. Now this is a fun part, and you want to be careful with this pot again, because this pot is very hot. So you have to make sure that you're being very, very careful. Make sure you have either a mom or dad, grandparent, or even an older brother and sister to help you.
Look at that, you can see the peanut butter in there and the chocolate all blending together to make our ooey gooey cookies.
So Mrs. Armijo, is this a liquid or is this a solid?
That's a good question, it's kind of in between. We can see that it's more liquidy, but as we let these, we are going to show you the next step, we're going to set the cookies so that way they can become more solid again. For this next part, we have our baking sheet lined with wax paper. You can also use parchment paper, but we have wax paper on hand. So, Mr. Armijo's going to get the mixture, and with a spoon, a smaller spoon, he's going to start to pick some up and just plop it onto the baking sheet, like so. And we're going to go ahead and just keep plopping our cookies onto the sheet until all our mixture is gone.
I'm going to try to put them into similar shapes to cookies.
Okay, so here we have our cookies. We have an array here of cookies. We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 cookies. Okay, boys and girls, it's been about 30 minutes, so we're going to check on our cookies. You can see here that they're nice and solid and ready to try. Delicious. So boys and girls, I hope you try to cook at home. If you do try out this recipe, let me know how it goes and send me your pictures. I had lots of fun and I hope you have a great day.